We're here to bring about an argument that has yet to be settled from the text thread. And then this week in Tales from the Thread, we are talking about the wonderful, talented Sydney Sweeney. And the question is, can she play Harley Quinn? Kellerman, you are the one in this group that is the comic book fanboy here. You're the one that loves all of these characters, knows all of their backstories, even knew who the Red Hulk was. But Harley Quinn, we have Robert Pattinson, the new Batman, all of these new characters coming out. Harley Quinn's eventually likely going to be in that universe. Do you believe Sydney Sweeney could play Harley Quinn?
Yeah, this started in the thread when I said that I thought that Sydney Sweeney would make a great Harley Quinn. Maybe even I said that she'd make a perfect Harley Quinn, which I to this day stand by.
Why?
She'd make a fantastic Harley Quinn. Obviously, the physical resemblance to the character from the comic book, cartoon, past people who have played Harley Quinn. But also, I think that she is very capable of both being bubbly and silly and dark and moody and crazy in an emotional way.
I can't say I've seen that side of her, but Alche, you were the one that was most angry about this realization, about this partnering here of Harley Quinn and Sydney Sweeney, so...
Here's my biggest thing with famous actors who have no chops. She's very good at one thing and one thing only, and it's playing angst. She's angsty and has vocal fry, and you need a character to be recognized immediately on screen. She cannot have musicality in her voice. She also is horrendous with comedy. Did you see Anyone But You? The one with Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney? Yeah, I did. And the only reason that movie is palatable is because of Glenn Powell. He carries her the entire time. She has no ability for comedy.
You're saying that movie was Glenn Powell-able?
Yeah, I am. I sure am. Thank you for that.
I think we need to start a list, running gag behind me. It's just the names of actors Alche has tarnished throughout the history of this podcast.
I'm
Anthony
not saying,
Mackie 1, Sydney Sweeney 2.
Hold on. Sydney Sweeney can act.
You said she had no range.
You literally
She has no range. She has no range.
Have the chops to play Harley Quinn. Let me ask you this,
Correct.
Cheese.
Stop.
How many movies have you seen with Harley Quinn in it?
When I say she doesn't have range, that doesn't mean that she's a bad actor. That means she's good at one thing. She's great in Euphoria. She's great in White Lotus. She's good in a lot of things.
Those are both great examples of Harley Quinn-esque characters.
Absolutely
This is where I disagree with you.
Absolutely not.
If I may, this is where I disagree with you wholeheartedly, because the Harley Quinn that we have been presented in TV, in animation, all that stuff, is that crazy, can go off the wall at any point, has that secret dark side to her that you're scared of, but also, on the flip side, is that bright and bubbly, bubblegum popping like that. We've never seen that side of Sydney Sweeney. I'm not sure if she has it in her like you do. We've never seen that side of Sydney Sweeney. And to me, I think it's a terrible person to put right away in Harley Quinn. The fact that you said she could be perfect, we've never seen any indication that she can fit that role. Now, is she capable of it? Is the actress capable of having that talent in her? I don't know, but I haven't seen it yet.
I think she's a talented actor and is good at understating. Same way Brie Larson can't play broad, but she's very good in Room. It's the same concept. Florence Pugh is a much better actor and can absolutely inhabit that immediately. She's much more playful. I'll give you a list of 4 more people who I think would be fantastic. Jodie Comer in Killing Eve. Lupita Nyong'o would be phenomenal. Dominique Fishback would be phenomenal. There are...
Cheese, I'm sure you would love it if Ethan Hawke played Harley Quinn. But the fact of the matter is that
he'd be a good Two-Face, though.
Sydney Sweeney is the perfect Harley Quinn. Everything you're saying she doesn't do, yes, she does. In both shows, she does the bubbly fun thing and the, oh my God, I'm going to kill myself thing.
No, the bubbly fun thing? When is she ever the bubbly fun? She's usually just downtrodden and sad.
I will agree that that's like a majority of it, but that's not to say that she doesn't show that other side. Not to mention the fact that, you know, of all of the incredibly complex emotional characters that grace our screen, Harley Quinn doesn't need to be that.
And that is the problem.
Couldn't disagree more.
Why?
That's
because
the
Lady
fundamental
Gaga
problem.
played a hyper-realistic Harley Quinn? Give me a break.
Couldn't disagree more. Here, to me, Harley Quinn, the character, and I'll let you speak in a second, Alche, but I'm going to speak for you
Please.
for a bit here. No, genuinely, because Harley Quinn to me is a high-wire act. Like, you need to be towing both sides of the line here at the same time and have us believe you that you could be both sides of this coin to pull it off. Whether Sydney Sweeney can or cannot is the different story. This is the where I differ with you most on the side of the argument. And I do believe there's something I never brought up in the text thread. I'm happy to bring it up here for the first time ever. This is something where me and you are we're diametrically opposed on how we look at movies. You look at movies from your past, coming at it from behind the camera, how it's written, how it looks, how all the things are supposed to be on camera. Me and Alche have a past in acting, and we come from telling the story through our bodies, through our voice, and putting ourselves in the role of that character. So when you say Harley Quinn doesn't need to be that great of an actor or that great of a part or that great of a high wire act, I see it completely differently because everything I've seen from Harley Quinn is like, that's a role that would be awesome to play because of the world you can bring out of her.
I'm sorry. Did you see Birds of Prey?
Well, I'm not saying
it's a movie about an egg sandwich.
Well,
that movie is horrendous.
I'm not saying there were good
But
Harley
that's my
Quinns out
point.
there.
When you're talking about Harley Quinn, there's a scale of from an idiot with an egg sandwich to a depressed in a mental institution, like dark, gritty version. Now, when we originally had this conversation, it was not in the context of Pattinson's Batman. That was something you just added today. So maybe Sydney Sweeney would not be perfect in that darker, more realistic, more gritty, more actory version of the role. However, if we're talking about, say, Batman and Robin with bat nipples and ice skates popping out of the shoes. But you don't think Sydney Sweeney could be a perfect Harley Quinn?
No, because again, the actor matters. It's not just what you look like.
Uma Thurman is terrible in that movie.
That's debatable.
She's an excellent actress.
That's debatable.
It doesn't matter.
Right, and she didn't fit the role. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to be able to bring out the
Sydney
role.
Sweeney does fit the role and wouldn't even require being as talented as Uma Thurman to pull it off.
Here's the thing about requirements for being talented. I think everyone should have a requirement for being excellent.
But she is.
She's not! She's solid at the one thing she does. Florence Pugh would run circles around her in that role.
Look, I'm sure that Daniel Day-Lewis would make an excellent Bruce Wayne. You don't
I'm not actually
need a Daniel Day-Lewis to play Batman. It's not that I'm saying that you don't need actors to be good. It's that I'm saying that for this particular role, someone who I think that Sydney Sweeney could easily pull off the dumb, bubbly blonde aspect of the character and the extreme hyperactive.
And I'm saying she could easily pull it off, but I'd be like, this so-and-so was great, so-and-so was great, so-and-so was great, but Sydney Sweeney was in that movie.
I don't think she can pull it off. I will say what you just said about Batman kind of makes my point for me. When you look at past Batmans, Christian Bale was Batman. Robert Pattinson is Batman. George Clooney...
Whoa. Hold on a second.
George Clooney...
Robert Pattinson will never be Batman.
Oh, that's a whole other podcast.
And thankfully that is it.